hear me out. Today we are going into part 2 of the first episode and kind of finishing up what was left on episode 1. This is only regarding Big Ed and Liz, by the way. We had made sure that we are only discussing this couple because I'm not super familiar with the other ones. We can go back and analyze them later. I do want to go back and kind of rehash everything that's been going on and give my opinion on it. But for now, we are analyzing that. And we've kind of established that Big Ed and Liz shouldn't be together because of their toxic nature. But, you know, you can't dog them for trying. They're giving it their best. And at this point, if they really want to work it out, they can. It's just not ideal. It's not the actual thing that we would like to see. The toxicity is entertaining to a limit. After a certain point, it's kind of sad to see. Although I do love drama and I like kind of hearing about it, I don't want to see someone actually get hurt with bad things. So that being said, let's hop right into it.
It makes it easier to say goodbye if I don't move with him.
I didn't realize, how serious it has become for her.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to Arkansas.
I don't know if I'd describe this as the ultimatum, but it is supposedly Big Ed's last chance again. So I'm not sure if this is actually what is gonna be the last chance. I know Liz is on her like 9th last chance according to the whole thing, and she said herself she's more emotionally invested in it than he is. That being the case, I don't think that that's actually what's gonna happen. It's probably like his almost last chance. Like he has one more chance after that and then maybe another one. It's his runner-up last chance, but regardless, that's what they're setting up to be. So I don't know. Again, we're gonna see how this plays out real quick.
Your best friend. I brought you a present, Jovi.
Perfect.
I brought him. Hi, nice to meet you.
And so the couples are going outside and kind of conversing together. And we had previously seen this one couple, which I know the guy's name. I'm pretty sure it's Jovi. The Jovi guy had previously clashed with Ed, the last tell-all. This had been a whole dramatic thing because Ed got caught red-handed. I'm pretty sure they're gonna mention this, but Ed got caught red-handed talking to his ex and also being on dating apps. And so that was a huge blow up in his face, right? And this other guy kind of called him out for it. And I think they had like a little confrontation. Ed called him a word, he called him a bad word. And this kind of ended up being a thing that kind of made everybody mad. A few people mad. I don't know if everybody got mad, but a few people got mad. And so now there's a little bit of bad blood, or so it seems that there's bad blood. And now it's Big Ed showing up to this place and kind of saying, hey, what's up, It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good just in general, the vibes. That would kind of sour the night, right? If you had a little mortal enemy come into the night out or the night with the boys and kind of a dickhead, it would make it a problem. You don't want to be hanging out with the crying child at all times. And boy, oh boy, that's a big crying child.
I was kind of shocked to see small Ed. I'm worried that Ed can be distraction for everybody because he's narcissistic and all what he wants is just talk about himself. So yeah.
I like how Jovi's girl kind of calls him Small Ed. That's really funny. Instead of calling him Big Ed, she goes Small. I mean, it makes sense. How tall is Big Ed? Do a little Google search. How tall is Big Ed? Big Ed is 4'11". Holy smoke. He is a tiny dude, man. He is a small fella. I mean, coming from a short king, I'm not really super short, 5'10", but 4'11", man, that is crazy. That is insane. I think the shortest person I know is 5'1". It's a difference, man. It's a difference when they stand next to me. Regardless, I mean, short king. I mean, what's that song from TMG Go? It's like 5'7", but my voice 6'5". I guess it doesn't apply to Ed. He doesn't have that voice.
Can't really go down in the dumps,
With the voice. He has the ego for it, right? He has the charisma. I guess that's kind of the small man syndrome.
He's small distraction.
Hey man, what's up with this? What's up with this body shaming that's going on? I know I take my jabs at Ed because he's a big fella. I'm a little bit bigger myself at the moment. I gotta slim down a little bit, but the little guy, little wee wee man. I get it. I guess I get it that people try to make fun of it, but man, I get it. But come on, man, you've never had the fun that you can have with the 3-inch Punisher. You know what I? Jesus Christ, I gotta cut that out. There's no way that's going in.
Happy surprise.
Oh, thank you so much.
Your drama is not our drama. How are you? You look beautiful.
Your drama is now our drama? Yes. Whole point of the show. Whole point of the show. Your drama is now my drama. We love to see it. We really do. Throughout the episode and how like everything else is devolving from what I've seen of the other couples, man, oh man. I wish I had seen some of these other couples in the 90 Day Fiance. I just didn't pay attention to some of them. They weren't as interesting to me because I just didn't know their name and I didn't bother to go out of my way to watch it. But the things that I have seen of these little couples and kind of like a little refresh from their names and little tidbits that they give themselves. I don't know what the woman's name is, but I've seen some clip of her with her husband or man or whatever it is in the 90 Day Fiance. Although a lot of you won't get this because it's an anime reference. But in One Piece, there's this guy called like General Lao G. He reminds me so much of it. I'll put a picture up on the screen. She reminds me so much of it. She is ancient, my guy. She is so old. The attitude is also completely different than how she looks. But regardless, not talking about her drama, everybody, yeah, move on.
Joby, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
You look good.
Hello.
Hello, I promise to be nice.
Big Ed's kind of forced to be nice there, ain't he? A little bit forced too. He can't really back up anything he says in person if it were to go down. It's like a kid trick, right? If you like put your hand out and you like hold his forehead, it's kind of over for him, right? You just keep him at a distance, he can't reach you. If you were to run around him fast enough, he wouldn't be able to turn with you, right? Since he has to turn. The one thing that does annoy me, that is pretty bad because it's just he can't fix it, you know, but it's just annoying to me, is Big Ed can't turn his neck, right? Like it's impossible for him to turn his neck. And I hate the way that he just sticks with it and it just moves his entire being with whatever he has to look. Ah, God, man, yes. Just the way he goes. It just gets me sometimes, man. It just irks me in a way. I know that's me just being petty, but it does irk me. It irks me a little bit. I'm sorry. We move on.
I don't have a problem with Jovi and Yara right now, but I can already feel the tension between Jovi and Ed.
Again, of course we have tension. They had a whole shouting match last tell all where they kind of dissed each other because Ed was doing some dirty, scummy things and was called out for it. And Ed does not like being called out for things. We've established this. Ed hates being called out for things. So we can't actually get Big Ed admitting to anything. And if he does admit, it's everyone's fault, not just his. Everyone's fault. We have to establish this. Put up a counter or something somewhere, but we have to establish that it's never Ed's fault, right? Never Ed's fault. This whole video, praise Ed. Praise be Big Ed.
Jovi tried to do me dirty at the tell-all, and I never got over that.
Do him dirty? Do him dirty? You didn't do you dirty. You did yourself dirty. What's he on about? He's seeing a different show or he's living a different show than us. There's no way he did him dirty. That was his own doing. He got on those dating apps. He texted his ex. He treated Liz bad. Everyone didn't like it, and he didn't like that no one liked him. I mean, it's the delusional narcissism that we were talking about the other episode.
You gave him back the ring today, like, you didn't even try to talk about what was going on. You were just like, okay, here.
What was I gonna do? No? Like, I don't know how to do that.
You just give up and walk away?
There was the little bit, I completely forgot that he made Liz give back the engagement ring. I forgot that he had made her give that back. That was so scummy. I wish I had a camera on me when I was actually reacting to that. I was like, how dare you say that? That is disgusting. That is one of the utmost horrible things that he probably did to her. Like that feeling that she must have got getting all this revealed to her face, and then him being petty and being like, you know what?
I'm losing. I'm miserable. Let me make sure you're miserable too.
Give me back that engagement ring that I just gave to you. Now I'm petty, and now you gotta be petty too. That was pretty bad on his part. Again, it's a Big Ed scenario. Yeah, we should expect it by now.
Listen to me. You do not talk to women like that.
First of all, you don't know my situation, so shut the f*** up.
I mean, Jody's got a point. You don't talk to women like that, but not everybody does talk to women the right way. It's not as common as you think. From my female friends and what I talk to them about and how they converse to me about different happenings in the world and dating and all this stuff, even the ones that are taken, the ones that are single, it is not very common the way that people treat women. It is not very common to be gentlemanly and nice in the world. Not everybody's raised in the same way, so I understand that not everyone's gonna give out the same experience, but the way that some people talk to each other and the whole red pill thing that's going on around the world right now, I can see some things being good. So some of the things that people are trying to teach, it's like a good and bad and a give and take for some stuff. So there are good points and bad points of both sides of whatever and anything in life, right? And so this whole thing where it's trying to teach men to be good and, you know, put work into yourself. Mental health is important. Your health is important. That's a good part. That's a good part of things and how it should be. But then there is little bits and pieces of misogyny or like mistreating of women because they're objects and blah, blah, blah. And that's where it kind of goes into the bad territory. And not everybody has common sense to see the good and the bad of different things and kind of cut a line in there. And everybody becomes either one extreme or the other. And there are people in this world that don't know how to separate the good and the bad, and they just take it as it is. And that's kind of where this thing stems from, where some people just don't know how to treat others in general, not even women. And it continues on into the relationships, and it's very apparent to see. It's hard to hide it. You can only hide it for so long. I know there was a saying somewhere that I heard that it was like, you can only hide yourself for a year max, and then after your true colors will show. So someone can't really hide themselves all the time. At some point, your true colors will show.
I think they're very surface people. And I think once they dive into therapy, they're not on the same page. And they're already married.
I'm kind of shocked to even see them here.
All right, so Big Ed and Liz kind of throwing shade at the other couple, which I'm not super familiar with them, but I know Jody. I know his name because he got into the whole scuffle with Ed. They're getting into them or kind of talking smack about him, but you know, you can't talk smack with, what is it, a skeleton in your own closet, bones in your own closet, whatever the saying is. You can't really talk smack like that. You can't really say all this stuff about other people and then have, you know, a massacre in your closet. First of all, it just doesn't look right. Second of all, fix your own problems before you start judging others. Again, just Big Ed and Liz being toxic. Even if it's not their relationship, toxic to someone else.
I'm Dr. Janie Lacey. I'm your relationship trauma expert.
And I'm Petey Silver, licensed therapist and a soul coach. And we are your problem.
Okay, now we skip forward a little bit, and it's kind of established that these couples that are on this island villa resort, it's kind of established that they are gonna get these therapists to kind of help them through their problems and try to fix things that are going on in their relationship.
Let's hope they still want to be therapists when they're done with all of us couples.
That's a good point.
Yeah. We might make them quit their job.
Liz and Ed being kind of proud of potentially making a therapist quit because of how bad their relationship is. Not a good sign, dog. Not a good sign. I don't know why people would brag about that. Like, it's horrible. It's not a good situation to be in. I don't understand what goes on through their head. Like, people crave toxicity sometimes. You know how there will be those people that are like,
like I have to get on my man's nerves, or I have to pester my girl about these guys
at some point, or like I have to do it. Like, it's in my, if I don't have that action or I don't have that drama, I can't survive. I love being at peace with my significant other. Whenever I have a relationship, if I'm in one, if we're at peace and we are not struggling and we can just enjoy each other's company, I enjoy that the best out of anything. I don't like the problems. I don't like all these other things where people stay toxic. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people do it. Everyone has their toxic traits, I guess.
On these next 2 weeks, you're going to learn how to deal with conflict, and we're going to learn how to rebuild trust.
Deal with conflict, rebuild trust. Rebuild trust, don't think that's going to happen. That's my personal opinion though. You know, these therapists could be the best thing ever. It might just be me personally that I don't think it's gonna happen, because I think trust is one of those things that it's stacked and then you take away, and as you take away you can't fill in the slots anymore. But I mean, it could be a thing. I don't know. You guys let me know if you think that's different. Regardless, it'll be kind of cool to see them try to work out their problems.
Is that comfortable for you?
That's fine.
Molly and Kelly are the only couple not sitting with each other.
They win the award for the first couple of a fight award.
That's funny because you normally like to be the winner. But we'll gladly
I'm very
be
competitive,
the loser in this situation.
As competitive as I am, I'm glad that they took the trophy.
Now we have another little skip in between there where Molly and Kelly, I think it is, one of the other couples in the resort kind of fought, and they're not sitting next to each other, and Big Ed and Liz were kind of sitting in the spot where the woman can sit, and now they can sit next to each other, but they don't want to because they got into a little scuffle. And now Big Ed and Liz are being kind of proud of this whole thing, right? Like, they are happy that they're not the first ones to fight. Although, again, skeletons in the closet, they fight a lot. Probably shouldn't be proud that in an island full of rejects that fight all the time, you guys are one of them, and now you're proud that you're not one of them at the current moment. It's the 90 Day Fiancé or drama. You can't expect much from these people that are constantly toxic to each other, but I am always baffled by how they think in some scenarios. And I mean, I hope that their relationship ends up working out, because if not, I feel like the only ending is a messy ending. I don't think it's gonna end nicely.
I'm in this restaurant, and I see this beautiful girl, and she was standing right behind Liz.
This is why you're here. This is why you're here.
That's what I said last time. Ed had tried every single other waitress in that restaurant, or so it seems, and had asked them multiple times, but they had all rejected him over numerous times. I think Liz did too for a while, and then just over and over and over again after insisting for so long. I guess she finally said yes, or gave, I would say give in, right? I would say gave in. I don't know if the 90 Day Fiancé people like showed her, they're like, hey, by the way, if you get this, get all these followers, get all these people that see you, and then get all like this money. It might have been the case, or she might have been like, damn, look at that fine monkey ball that's over there. That I've never created Jigglypuff so bad in my life. Although I don't think that's the case, I am actually shocked that she ended up being with him, because at the time, not to bash Liz or how she looks like now, but Liz did look like she has been stressed over the past few, I guess it's years now, years of their relationship. It has looked like the stress has gotten to her a little bit, and it feels like Ed has aged her a little bit. I'm not sure if that is an actual thing of how it went down, but that seems to be the case from watching.
This is what drives me crazy with Ed. He can't seem to keep this shut.
Not my bottom lip, my mouth.
For sure. I mean, everybody, that's the reason Ed is Ed, right? Everybody knows who Big Ed is because of his mouth and what he does. I mean, the first clip I ever saw of him was him putting mayo in his hair, right? Like, that was what made me be like, what the hell is going on in this show? I gotta see what's happening, right? The same thing of seeing a whole house broken down in hoarders and kind of being like, okay, I gotta watch this. I just want to see this cleaned up. That's kind of how it was with Ed. That I saw this whole disaster of a person, and I kind of wanted to see where it went. And then we got Rose coming in there and getting that whole little backstory. It was interesting. It was very interesting. Seeing how this man kind of devolves. It's a fun watch. It's a little fun watch.
You wouldn't give me a hall pass, would you?
No. It's an upside down pineapple lose situation. Nobody ever wins. Somebody always gets hurt. Yeah, I would never be in an open relationship. Their story goes from bad to worse to bad worse.
So we get a little fast forward again to complete the rest of the episode with all the other couples, where one of the couples, which I think one of the guys' name was Swelu, cheated or something with another person, then gave a hall pass to his significant other that's at the tell-all, and she took it, which surprised him. But I mean, you gave her the hall pass, dude. He said it was only to kiss, but I mean, he kind of cheated already. So her taking it and taking it a step further was kind of like, what do you expect? Especially if she's emotionally, you know, just been scarred by you. She's gonna take a leap harder than you did. Regardless though, everybody's kind of messed up in this tell-all, and now it's a whole conversation in between the other couples of like, wow, he gave her a hall pass and she took it. That's crazy, right? That's insane. How could she do this? It's messy, man. It's just messy. It's super messy. I don't like the super messy stuff. Personally, I like the drama of it. I wouldn't want to be in it, is what I mean by I don't like it. It is what it is. Again, they're talking about this other couple and being like, you wouldn't give me a hall pass, would you? And Ed, of course not. He's super, like, he wants to be on top of it. He doesn't want you to talk to boys and stuff, right? While they were talking. And he wants to be able to talk to everybody, every girl that is possible for him. It's been established in the past seasons where he didn't care about talking to like these pretty women or flirting, and she's even established this herself in this season. But she can't talk to guy friends, or he's insecure about her talking with guys. Again, a mess, a huge mess. Oh my God, just thinking about it is insane to me. Yeah, and then, I mean, it concluded right there. It just concluded, Ed talks about how the open relationship would be a no-no from him. And yeah, I believe him there, because that wouldn't work if Big Ed's not the star of his show, right? I guess we'll leave it there, because that did kind of complete episode 1 to a little T right there. I know in the next one they teased that they were going to do some activities. I guess that's therapy. I don't know what the hell's going on in this show, guys. I don't know. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. We will complete or start episode 2 next time. Yeah, thank you guys. Peace.